So come on in, take a sip. Let's wind down. It is a beautiful day. It is Friday. It is the ultimate day for our Guardian Cryptic. I have got this gorgeous 2023 Domaine Moulin Saint-Jean, and this is La Réserve. And I'll point this out. I don't know if you can see it in the artwork that we've got, but this is velvet, and this is gold foil emboss. This is an expensive process, and I love that, right? You know, this just speaks opulence to the nth degree. This is an award-winning wine here in Germany. Obviously, it's French, Produit de France, but this has been a lot of fun to sit and sip on during the New York Times solve, and then getting to now. Now, it's probably around 63, 64 degrees Fahrenheit. I usually keep everything right at 60, right in the chiller, in the wine fridge. And I can tell you right now, though, this is just a beautiful, lots of berries and some vanilla on the nose. It has not changed since it's gotten acquainted with air again. This has been in the bottle for the last 2 years. On the palate, the results are static. Same thing, it's not tannic. You are free to dine as you wish with this wine. It's got this really, really, really fruity cassis thing going on with it, and I'm thinking some melons here, and it definitely has some golden apple in it, and that's one of those flavors, one of those aromas that just stands out to me. And I love golden apples, and I love golden raisins. They're two completely distinct different aromas, but I just love them, especially in cigars and pipe tobacco. So when I pick it up in the wine, even better. So what a beautiful wine. What a beautiful day. It's Friday. Summer kind of came back-ish, and it's kind of nice. So in Fahrenheit terms, we're talking high 70s, low 80s for the next week. And then I guess we're going to start snowing again. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it just seems like it, right? You know, it's like we had like a week. I'm not kidding you. A week. Like 7 days of like warm weather. It was warm. And then I had to wear a coat for 2 weeks. And now we're back to warmish weather, because if it's sunny out, it gets rather hot, right? Because I don't know, I think it's the angulation, because when the earth tilts, we must be closer to the sun. I don't know what's going on up here, right, on the 49th parallel. I think in England you're on the 50th parallel or the 51st. I don't remember. Maybe you're in the 49th. I don't know. But the thing is, yeah, when the sun's out, it can get hot, like even in the wintertime. It'll get hot in the car, especially. But it's kind of nice. So yeah, it might be snowing again in a week and a half, whatever. Seems fitting. But right now we got a week of warm, so I'm enjoying that all the way around. So the dictionary.com word of the day is scary. Excuse me. I'm just trying to do my best Scottish accent with that one. Now, it's interesting, you know, a small rocky island, and I'm sure this is very common knowledge to Guardian Cryptic solvers, but not so much here. I was not familiar with the term before I saw it here, and I kind of like it, though I am surprised I have not seen it in a Guardian Cryptic to date, as long as I've been doing them, which is about a year or so. I think, maybe a year and a half. I don't know when I started doing them. It's just become part of my routine, and I absolutely love it. So speaking of these routines, let's hop into our grid and see what we got. So I don't normally do Guardian solves on Saturdays and Sundays because the Cryptic's Monday through Friday, but I found out that Brendan's got another grid going in tomorrow. I'm assuming into the Everyman or one of those. I don't know. Y'all have so many. So, and they all seem the same. But I think I might just do that out of respect to him and just how much I love Brendan's, construction setting. Sorry, wrong grid setting. As a setter, I think he's great. Speaking of setters that I miss, Ludwig is among them, and I miss him on TV. So I'm ready for that season to come around. Anybody got some inside dope on that? Let me know. I'd appreciate it. So we have Cryptic Crossword number 29768. And if I could just meet David Mitchell, really, that'd be just fine. We have a set by Pasquale. I don't know how they say it. Yeah, we're probably gonna be here for a while. So remember, you can increase the time, the playback time. You can make it faster. Let's hop into this grid, see what we got. So Metal Kings has put on a garment. Oh, I wouldn't know. National organization protected by proper payment. I don't see anything demonstrating the need for an anagram. Oh no, we're gonna be here a while then. Minders given conflicting directions for protecting orphan. Minders. Conflicting directions for protecting orphan. Okay. Soon accepting hint. Church finally offers ecclesiastical response. And also with you. Okay. Fish black with 3 eggs. All right. Good. Clans to regroup by D here. So if I'm going to regroup clans to by D, so I'm going to assume, I'm going to deduce my way through this. Group by D, so the group will go in here, and the regrouping is going to be clans to, so I can put in, I can make a Scotland out of it. And we're talking clans, so why not? As the Germans say, warum nicht? So dieting may change this bodily process. 9 letters, I'm going to go with digestion. I don't know how I got there, other than it started with a D, and it says bodily process involving dieting. So I think anybody would have put this in, but I don't know. So dieting may change this bodily process. No, I'm not picking that up. A series of lies under discussion. 2 and 5. Oh, I'm sure that'll come to me. Emblems, see them held by little kids. Emblems, I'm going to go with totems. I will crow as old clown left with joy all around. Oh, then you must mean... Yeah, okay. Listener has obsession running to ground. Okay, so looking at the verb, I think we can get away with an ing here. Yeah, that's how I have to do this. So a series of lies under discussion. Under discussion could be at issue. So a priest in shortened jeans. Well, I think we're talking about Levi Strauss, so I'm assuming. Trendy old man with holy books entertains animals. Okay, sure, got it. I will crow. No, okay. We have anything on this here? Rapture with men excited in lab unit. No idea. Garment beginning to unravel darn it, possibly. Okay, so if we're going to do the thing that we got to do here, so using my process, how I've been learning to parse through the cluage. Is that even a word? I mean, I wouldn't put it past the Guardian. You guys teach me words that I never knew existed, so it's okay. I mean, it's hard to say you were an English major and that you know, have postgraduate certificates in like linguistics and not know words in the English language, which is the language I primarily studied. That seems weird. But if it's garment beginning to unravel, so I guess we can start with a U, beginning to unravel, and that leaves me 6 letters. And so darn it, possibly. So it looks like darn it could be what we've got. And with this garment, and then with darn it, and I can work it out in darn it, so I'm going to put unitard. And okay, so a tribe of old coming to Irish city. Point in the wrong direction, getting hurt crossing island. It seems I've had this or seen this before. I think it's Miss Aim. Old measure as part of home rule. Old measure with the second letter being an M. I can think of the Hebrew Omer, yeah, which is roughly a gallon, I think. You know, there was a time when I was young that I sat around trying to figure out how long is a cubit. How much is an Omer? But Omer is also the the stretch of time between Pesach, or that's the Hebrew word for Passover, and Shavuot. So I never really thought that it would be beneficial to celebrate the mitzvah, but it sure helps in crosswords. So why not? Fastening a bone where it belongs. Okay, got you. Author in a biblical city, organized charities. Okay. A tribe of old coming to Irish city. No idea. Okay, so sound of a number of machines making threads. Let's see what we got here. So one announces new deal about to be sealed. Bombastic speech. Stimulant cool chaps regularly taken. Annoyance of completely heartless geezer in row. Annoyance. Okay, resentment shown by a buddy. This person's taken in. It's funny. I was just discussing acrimony in the New York Times. It's funny if that's actually here. Annoyance of completely heartless geezer in row. Fiery beast without tail in Anglican gown. Criticize a Caledonian concerning bum provision for marine transport. Okay, wow, this is going to be one of these I'm going to have to start just going crazy guessing stuff. Proper payment. Minders given conflicting directions for protecting orphan. Hell. State with one cut off. Separate. 10. Separate. 10 letters. How about disconnect? Okay. Something's got to work here. I don't have a lot to work with. Minders given conflicting directions for protecting orphan. Trendy old man with holy books entertains animals. Trendy old man. Trendy could be hipster-like, hip, cool, fab, old man, pops, grandpa. Animals. Are we talking about hippopotamuses? I don't know if I even know how to spell a hippopotamus. And why aren't they hippopotami? I gotta learn what that rule is. It fits. And trendy old man, hip, pop. Muses, I mean, the muses entertains animals. I don't know. It works. Why am I worried about it? Okay, it fits. Let's see. I will crow as old clown left with joy all around. Okay. Criticize a Caledonian concerning bomb provision for marine transport. So 6 and 5. No, don't get that one at all. And minders given conflicting directions for protecting orphan. So I could assume an E could go here. Oh, nannies maybe. Minders, protecting orphan. I don't know where we get conflicting directions. Nah, nice. Fish black with 3 eggs. Okay, you know, if I could just get half of this grid finished, I'd feel pretty chuffed. Soon accepting hint. Church finally offers ecclesiastical response. I'm trying to go with something that I've got some letter in already. Fastening a bone in where it belongs. Okay. Rapture with men excited in lab unit. I can't think of anything else this could possibly be here except a turn. Fastening a bone in where it belongs. That's so crazy. A tribe of old coming to Irish City. Fastening a bone in where it belongs. Looks like we have an ing here. Irish city, a tribe of old. This could be that Moroccan citadel, the Agadir. Fastening a bone in where it belongs. Okay. I will crow as old clown left with joy all around. Maybe Chanticleer, which is just a really crazy way to say a rooster, in my opinion. But they crow. Listener has obsession, running to earthing. Okay. Well, I think I'm at about almost half, and then I can quit with some self-respect left. Criticize a Caledonian. Okay, what do we got? What does it got to do with Scotland? Concerning bum, provision for marine transport. And marine's not capitalized, but I don't know if you capitalize like soldier, sailor, airman, marine in the UK. I don't think we do in the US either, unless you're actually in the service. 6 and 5. I'm looking at it. I mean, I'm honestly just trying to figure out what could fit in here that would work. I mean, not even work. What would fit in here at this point? Yeah, so criticize, you could get a pen, and then maybe a Panama and canal. Where did I get that? Oh, I'll tell you where I got that. Right out of my third point of contact. That's where I pulled it right out of, because it's the only 6 and 5 I could think of that was going to work with a P and an N where they were at. So that's what I got. Rupture with men excited in lab unit. And this looks like an Ampere turn. What this has to do with magnetometers, again, no idea, other than men excited in a lab unit might be working with them. I don't know. I haven't got a clue. So fastening a bone in where it belongs. I have no idea. This is crazy. Author in biblical city, organized charities. This looks like Agatha Christie to me. I'm sure even Shotzi would agree. She tries to stay as far away from these as possible. Gonna go with Agatha Christie. Why not? I mean, just throw it on in there. Let's just see what we got. Fastening. Leashing. Of course. What was I thinking before? I wasn't thinking at all. I mean, it didn't even come to me until I had almost the whole word spelled out for me, right? Because fastening and leashing is not something that comes to mind on a regular basis. And I considered myself before this grid a word guy. I'm going to take that title away from myself. I'm going to just call me I don't even know, the wordless nerd. This is unbelievable. I mean, my gosh, Pasquale. I mean, literally, I'm right now. No kidding. Snapshot inside the brain. Little gerbils are just in there running, and the gears are spinning. Fiery beast without tail in Anglican crown or Anglican gown. Okay. TH. No, that ain't working for me. SH. No, that's not working for me. Do we have some sort of Achamer, something like that? No, probably not. Do we have something with a CH? Fiery Beast. I guess we could be talking, getting into that whole fantasy line of stuff, the folklore. Could go with a chimera, I guess. Sound of a number of machines making threads. No, I'm not a word guy anymore. I don't deserve that title. Resentment shown by a buddy. I think this is acrimony, and I kid you not. Well, first of all, you can watch the video. I just shot it. I'll be putting it up after The Guardian because I try to put y'all's up first because time zones. I was just talking about this. It was something about resentment in the other grid, and I was talking about, oh yeah, I could see that being acrimonious. I literally just talked about that in the New York Times. Now, what are the odds? Probably very high, actually. It's probably not that odd at all. We're talking about just random words, going against random words, but why not, right? But I think it's funny. Acrimony. Why not? Let's have it on in there. Resentment shown by a buddy. This person's taken in. Absolutely. Well, it beats alimony. So, annoyance of completely heartless geezer in row. I just said this too. We were talking about annoyances or embarrassments. And I said, let me just dress this up. The answer was TMI, too much information, right? It was like a source of embarrassment, a statement as a result of an embarrassing, whatever it was. And I said, well, let me just dress this up a bit. I said, much to my chagrin, I must say TMI, something like that. This is getting eerie. Sound of a number of machines making threads. Well, it looks like tendrils, and tendrils are, by definition, threads. No, seriously, I'm going to have to rewatch that video when we get it posted. I can't believe this. This is just beyond bizarre. It's actually kind of eerie. And I'm about the least superstitious person on the planet, but this is pretty eerie. Oh, and then this morning I was thinking about a restaurant or something, and then my wife sends me a note. She's like, are you thinking that I should tell you about a new restaurant? I'm like going, what? What? Oh, that's weird. Okay. But, okay. We're all connected. We're all just atoms, right? Sure. I guess. Fine. One announces new deal about to be sealed. Bombastic speech. No idea. Now if we could just figure out how to make this ESP, this telepathy thing work at the poker table, be best. Stimulant, cool chaps regularly taken, maybe coca. Okay, so one announces new deal about to be sealed. Bombastic speech could be a declarant. Okay. Soon accepting hint. No. National organization protected by proper payment. Metal Kings put on garment. Fish black with 3 eggs. Church finally offers ecclesiastical response. No, I mean, first of all, I'll be surprised if we even got what we've got in there correct. So I think it's time for me to go ahead and bow to this one. If I had to continue going, I might be able to eventually come up with something, and I would, if this were something I were doing on my own, I'd just be staring at it for days until I finally figured it out. But this is not ringing any bells at all whatsoever. I'm thinking of a Metal Kings put on garment. I can't think of anything for a garment wise that you put a metal on. I mean, maybe a coat, robe, hose, sock. I mean, I'm just going through the 4-letter thing here. Went with a coat, national organization protected by proper payment, C blank N, nothing. What did I say? A robe, R blank N, blank blank blank, nothing. Sock, hose, nothing's coming to me. Fish, black with 3 eggs. It was a coat, A. No, B, B-E-N, B-O-N. For a robe. Socks. No, I mean, I'm seeing nothing in that, and I'm not quite getting it. So I'm going to go ahead and bow out, and thank you for your patience with me. I really do appreciate that, but I did have fun with this. Let's just go ahead and see, how did we do, Bob, with what we did? And it looks like did okay, seeing as how there were three answers in this grid that I was able to figure out. 2 I figured out, 1 was just Levi, and you can't tell me priest. Okay, first of all, Levi, got it right. In shortened jeans, okay, Levi Strauss, I got it. Okay, got it, man. I figured that one out. That was great. Yeah, everything else, it miss aim because I've seen the clue in various conditions before. So we'll say that I figured out Scotland, and we'll say that I figured out the other one that I figured out. I don't even know what it is anymore. Digestion. So yeah, there you go. So there's 4 of them that I was able to figure out of all of these. The rest of them were all just wild arse guesses. That's what happened, and it just kind of worked together. It was based on a little bit of logic, but that's what it was. Now let's go through here and let's just see what this national organization protected by proper payment. I can't wait to see it. It's a rental. That was on the tip of my tongue, and I just didn't say it. No, I'm kidding. I wouldn't. No, it wasn't even close to my rental. But Brendan introduced me to a thing called 15 Squared, so now I'm gonna have to go check that out and see what they've got to say about that. I usually, when I finished a grid where it says 48 up here in the comments, I would just go there and see what they had to say. So just for grins and giggles, since I said a robe, let's put a robe in. Let's go ahead and check all. Okay, so it is a robe. All right, so what can I spell out with a B blank N in 3 blank cells? That means fish, black with 3 eggs. I mean, is this something benign? Would that benign work with a G here? Soon accepting hint, church finally offers ecclesiastical response. Well, that could be an actophon. Wouldn't have made sense with me. Let me go ahead and reveal that. Antiphon, yes, okay, very nice. So now what have I got here? Do I have the Spanish word for bonita? For pretty? I have the Spanish word for bonita. Okay, yeah, let's check off. Yeah, maybe it's bonito. Okay, bonito. I don't know. Is that the name of a fish? Never heard of it. You can bet your bottom. You don't have dollars. You can bet your bottom pound sterling that I will be looking up each of these things. I know what an antiphon is, but it's a response. It's kind of close to what I would, but more of a choral thing. I was thinking like, and also with you is what I think I originally said, something coming from mass. But this is a beautiful grid. Yes, obviously, as usual, Pasquale, you beat me to pulp. And well done, good sir or madam. I'm not going to take this badly, though. That was a tough one. Spring down our Vanny, our dad, too. All kidding aside, right? You know, you can ban me to a scary all you want to, and that's fine. I'd be fine living on a Scottish island. But I just had more fun with these things. I really do have fun, right? It's so interesting how on Monday and Tuesday I can fly through it like I'm doing a Monday or Tuesday New York Times crossword, and then all of a sudden I get to Friday and I'm just like beat like a hammer. And so, but I love it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get better. I'm going to get better from this. I'm going to learn from it. I'm going to figure out how these things were parsed and what the idea was behind them, and learn to kind of expand, you know, my frame of reference, my scope of thinking, because it's just so, yeah, they're a bit challenging, but it's okay. I love that. That's what I live for. That's why I'm a cruciverbalist. That's why I construct grids. That's why I want to solve them. So it's just a wonderful thing. Until we see you on Monday for the Guardian Cryptic, and for whatever grid Brendan's doing tomorrow, if I have a moment, I'm going to try to do that as well, just out of respect for him. But until we see you then, ich wünsche Ihnen einen schönen Tag noch. Auf Wiedersehen. Tschüss, Servus, Grüß Gott, ciao, Cin-Cin, be well. I hope you all have a fantastic weekend, very safe, enjoy yourselves, and we'll see you on Monday for the Guardian Cryptic again. Just keep in mind, always, my opinion only, but you know, it's always nice to be strangers, and it's especially important to remember that when you're meeting someone with a foreign accent, you're meeting someone who's got a very brave and courageous soul. Cheers.